These are the players I think will score big in double game week 37. Okay, so I'm going to start with Isak in Newcastle this week, who most people have in their teams already, and there's not really a lot that I can say about Isak that you don't already know. Newcastle are second for expected goals at home this season, only behind Liverpool. Newcastle have scored 13 in their last 4. United have the 4th highest expected goals against at home this season, behind only the current bottom 3. Isak's averaged 0.91 expected goals in the last 10 games. Okay, so in terms of captaincy this week, a lot of people are going to be looking at Haaland after his 4 goals against Wolves, but I actually think Isak's a great option as well. We know that Haaland's going to play in the 12:30 kickoff against Fulham, but there's every chance he doesn't start that and gets a rest for the Tottenham game. And for that reason, I think early team news is going to be very important this week. If Haaland doesn't start that game, I think Isak is the best captain choice for the week. The only risk I can see with Isak is that Newcastle have a poor away record this season. It's also worth noting that United have been so bad at home this season that I really don't think that's a bad fixture for them. All in all, I think he's a great pick this week. Okay, so not many people are going to be looking at single game weekers this week, but Dominic Calvert-Lewin, in my opinion, is a great option this week. Calvert-Lewin's averaged 0.8 expected goals per 90 over the last 5 games. Sheffield United ranked 3rd highest for expected goals against away this season, behind West Ham and Luton. Everton have won their last 4 games at home, and I think Calvert-Lewin is a great option if you want to back against the double game weekers this week. In terms of some risks, Everton are safe now, so is there a chance that we see a performance dip? Well, I don't really think so. I don't think Sean Dyche is the type of manager that will let that happen. I think the bigger concern is that Everton haven't scored more than 2 goals in a game since beating Newcastle 3-0 in December, so we can't really be expecting 3 or 4 in that game. But if they were going to score 3 or 4 in a game, I think Sheffield United is definitely the fixture they'll do it. So yeah, I think he's the biggest gamble of the players that I've selected, but I think it might be worth it. Okay, so next up we have Richarlison from Tottenham, who was in really good form before he got his injury earlier in the season, but since he's come back he's not really had many minutes. But he did come on against Liverpool, and Spurs do look a much better side with him in the team, so I do think he's due a start. He's got 5 goals in his last 6 starts at home. I also think he's a good differential for this game week, as most managers will have Son for the double, whereas Richarlison might have more goal threat if he's playing number 9. In terms of his fixtures, Burnley have the 4th highest expected goals against away this season, and Tottenham have scored 10 goals in their last 5 Premier League meetings with City, so it might actually be a better fixture than most people think. With 3.1% ownership, I think he's a great differential, and I think there's every chance that he could outscore Son, who most people will have in their teams for the double. Spurs also have a great fixture on the final day of the season, so it's not like you're going to have to transfer him out. Okay, so finally we have Kai Havertz from Arsenal, who on paper have a tough fixture this week, but statistically it's anything but. Arsenal rank top for goals scored away from home this season. United have the 4th highest expected goals against at home this season, behind only the current bottom 3. Arsenal averaged 2.06 expected goals in the last 5 away games, and Kai Havertz has averaged 0.8 expected goal involvements in the last 10 matches. In terms of risks, it's a big game for Arsenal and there's every chance it will be cagey. But from the results in the games we've seen at Old Trafford this season, I don't think it's going to be like that. I'd even argue that there's more pressure on United to play well than there is Arsenal. With Arsenal, everybody's expecting City to win the league, but with United, there's every chance that they might not get European football next season. And I think one more bad performance for United and Ten Hag is definitely gone, even before the FA Cup final. Similar to Calvert-Lewin, he's a gamble over the other double game week options, but a great option if you're willing to bet against them. And that's the end of the video. If you've enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you'll be getting any of these players this week.